What's up, people? Welcome to the stream. Happy Friday. Hope you had a fantastic week. Just adjust my volume over here. Alright, welcome to the stream. Happy to see you. We had a fantastic week, and I hope you have a great weekend coming up. And on today's stream, we are continuing the 7 warriors that we started about. Well, we're part 7 now, so 7 weeks ago. Hell yeah, hell yeah. It's going along well. And today we're going for the 4th character. Let's go. Last week we did the ram. About 3 weeks we did, yeah, about 3 weeks ago we did the tooth. And the first one was Paw the wolf. So now we're missing the elk, the lioness, fox, and the bear. Without further ado, let's begin. Let's first off, let's see which character we're starting with. But you know what? Let's do a quick recap of our progress. There you go. Oops. So we have Paw, which is the wolf shouting monk. Then we have Tooth. It's going to be a fencer knight. And we have Horns, or a ramjet, or whatever whatever his name is. So far, Horns feels more suited for this one because it fits the other ones. And have the Mongolian armor on it, so very nice. I'm very happy how he came out. And I was thinking of each character having 2 poses. So one more passive and one more active pose. And for sure this one I want him like having his knuckles on the ground with his big warhammer on the side and like tackling with his shoulder. Would be insane. Would be like a super nice pose. And yeah, for the other ones I'm not too sure right now, but this one came out very nice. So yeah, we're gonna make another subtool already, and depending on which one we're starting with, we're gonna use either one of these 3 characters to gauge the scale. Here we go. So it's time for the wheel. Oh my god, it's the lioness. It's crazy. I was trying to find some reference for each of them and get ready before the stream. So I started with the lioness. And yeah, like almost as if it was arranged, but it isn't, I swear. I swear! You know what? Let's put it again. Let's do it again. And if it's lioness again, well, this website is rigged. Bear, and the last one was elk. Oops. Elk. Okay, it proves it. It proves. So, elk. But we're gonna do the lioness because it was the first one, right? Yeah. Okay. Damn straight. Miriam, what's poppin'? So we're gonna start with the lioness. So over here, I want the lioness to be taller than the ram. So we're going to use the ram as the scale. And yeah, so the lioness is a gladiator. And I have a bunch of reference. At first, I wanted Claw to be a male warrior, but I felt like a female warrior would be very interesting to do also. So I went to see some reference that I already had for Claw when I started way back, and you're gonna see a lot of male characters, but we can base ourselves and inspire ourselves and just adjust the proportion for a lioness. So here we have our reference. So again, we have the lion, real lion footage, except this one is CG, and this one is also, but it helps for the anatomy. And then we had this design, kind of more for the armor than anything. This is what's he called? Battle Beast in Invincible. So massive like tigerish character. And type of armor I wanted to go. I really like this one, and it fits very nice for our character. So something like that could be very interesting. And then we have like more of a gladiator style. This one is also very nice, and it'll help us with the proportion for our character. I have this one a bit more cartoony, but very nice. But we can see the pattern going on each one of them is that they have one shoulder pad very unique, and the other one is a bit more modified. So we have this one over here and this one over here. Either you have only one shoulder pad or two, but two different. So we're probably gonna do that. So over here, one shoulder pad, one different, one shoulder pad, one different. These ones are pretty similar, but they're still different. And we can do our own, right? It's our own project. These ones are probably AI, but I kind of like the proportion of the body itself, so more of a thick body. And here are the latest reference we have for the female. We already have DM stats, which are very nice minis that they do, and they already did one, so using that as a reference. And I really like this one also. I'm not sure, but I think it's AI. Think it is. Kind of looks like it. Oh, well, no, wait, we have a signature right here. Oh, so it isn't. It's not AI. Right, great. So this one is very nice. I was aiming more of a. Well, they're not bald, right? They still have fur on, but I was aiming without any big hair thingy like that. I think it'll really show the lioness aspect, because I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that all female lion doesn't have a big fur hair style. So yeah, probably gonna go with that, and that's it. Oh yeah, and I already had a pose in mind, so I wanted the claw to be open like that, and the sword over here, either a sword or a spear. And yeah, and we have some anatomy reference. This was more when it was a male character, but now we're going to go with a female character. So shall we get this started? Hell yeah! Let's put that aside. Let's remove these two. I'm gonna remove everything except the body. I don't have not a lot of things. Just for the reference, just for the scale reference. Where are the shoulder pads? There they are. Still need to rename these guys. Alright, so this one over here, merge visible. And this one, we're gonna call him scale. So over here, we're gonna duplicate this one. And what I'm gonna do is put the pivot on the foot. And we want pretty much a head. Oh, there's a mask on this one. There we go. So pretty much a head above the ram. And when we bring it with the other ones, always check your scale. See, looks, yeah, it looks like you could fit. All right, so she's gonna fit just fine. So this one is gonna become the scale, and this one we can delete. Scale. Now, if we want to compare with our other characters, we're gonna bring them in that scene. This one over here. We're gonna bring them. And lastly, show all. Remove these two. Show the armor. Merge visible. Here we have horn. So everything is good. Just gonna put them right here. And I'm gonna move horn out of the way. Oh, there's a mask on him. There we go. Now this is our scale, and we just need to go from there. So we need a more feminine body, right? These ones has broad shoulders and all that. Still need some shoulder because she's a gladiator. But definitely more hips and legs. So let's use this reference over here. And these two are actually quite nice for our project. So I'm gonna put that aside and just start over here. Let me know if the music is too loud or I'm too loud. You know the gist. But so far, we've been doing great with the volume, so we're good. Over here, so that's that. So obviously the shoulders are gonna be way smaller. And the head could be a little bit smaller also. What I'm gonna duplicate this one. I'm gonna go right away with the hips. There we go. Actually, you know what? I don't think it's a good way to start. I think I'm gonna confuse myself. So over here, I'm just gonna hide this one. Just gonna build the body block out as usual. Here we go. Here we duplicate this one and rotate. Natural spine curve. what I'm gonna do over here is just auto groups and split this one. This is a torso, sorry, and this one is the head. So using the move tool, just gonna build a like a rib cage-ish. I don't want her to have a belly like that, so just pop that in. And she's a gladiator, so she's gonna have quite a bit of abs. I have a little hair on my screen. Alright, so that's that. We're gonna start with this. We're gonna add another sphere. This one is gonna be for the shoulders. And we're gonna go with just smaller shoulders, just a bit smaller, like that. Gonna duplicate it. Let's do some rotation already. Just isolate and rotate. Something like that. Just a bit high so we have enough space to work around the armpit. And from here, we duplicate. Just a natural bend. Let's reach for the elbow over here. Slowly build the forearm. Right. So here I'm just gonna pick the head. So the lioness has kind of feels like a trapezius over here. Oh, this one is a tiger, but we can use this shape for our head. You can see over here, like flat, it goes in a corner and then meets in the middle. Same over here. And for a male, it's pretty much the same thing also, but just to have the look. You can try something different. Let's trim it. And smooth it. And over here, I'm just gonna mask this part over here and create a neck real quick. So smooth that up. So as we can see, our body is in front. Move it over here. Otherwise it's way too long, so let's put it inside. Oh, sorry. Nose is quite itchy. I've been swimming this morning and all that chemicals goes in your nose and it's stuck there for quite a while. I think I'm allergic to, how does it say in English? Chlorophine? Chlorophene? I don't know. Sklau. So let's dynamage this just a little bit and bring it in front. So from here we know that the shoulder is a bit too long. Hello, what are you making? Soma popping in back to back every week. We are making the lioness today, my friend. So we're starting with a female body, and we're gonna modify it afterwards. Okay, let's go, let's go. Hell yeah. There we go. So just building up a little bit of the body first, and then we're gonna go forward with the details. Not the details, refining the shapes. Not even creating the breast right now. Just need general volume of the shape. And now we can bring back our hips. Probably gonna have to scale the whole thing up because I feel I'm shrinking everything just to fit. And I think we're gonna lose our scale from the beginning, but no worries, it's an easy fix. Over here, I'm just gonna put in hips. Soma, what's poppin'? How's your week going? So far so good. Glad it's the last day of work of this week. Living life. I got a busy weekend. Really, really. What's popping in your weekend? Go like this and create already the bottom. Like 4 restaurants, 1 movie, and a kid burger. God damn, buddy. God damn. One hell of a weekend. Well, what movie you're going going to watch? Supergirl, I guess. It's not my choice. Yeah, I know. Well, these days movies are getting I'm gonna say better and better. It's just like it's rare to have a good movie, but I hope this one's good. Hope you enjoy your movie, your restaurants. And Kid Verde can be hellish, but I hope it's fun too. You know the best part of going to the movies? The popcorn. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Extra butter. Butter in layers. Oh, damn. Last time I went to the movies, Fast and Furious 4. Sheets Louise. That's a long time ago. That's crazy. Even though she has big hips, I think it's a bit exaggerated. Those bundas. Let's adjust this. Also the hips over here. Just gonna do a quick line in the middle. Whoops, not that hard. Let's use my pen. Not that hard. Just for the spine, it helps us. Yeah. And now for the hips, let's bring that forward. And bring that over here. Gonna be kind of the abdominal part and slash back muscles. You're just gonna bring that a bit forward, like backwards, like this. Fast and Furious 4. That's quite a while. Now we gotta remember that these are, see, like I kind of like the fact that it's big legs like this, because see over here they did it also. It's just a bit dark, so I'm gonna base myself on this one over here. We're just gonna adjust over here. So it looks like the thickness is just like a tad smaller. Here, I'm just gonna bring that over here, do the rotation, bring it just a bit longer. There we go. And from here, we have, so one, the knee, the ankles. So first ankle and then second ankle. It's quite short, and from here, duplicate over here and rotate. La vérité était trop fort, Joey! What up? Merci beaucoup, merci beaucoup. Welcome to the stream. There we go. Put that, actually, let's just reset and put it forward like that. There we go. Just gonna flat that out. And we're gonna play with the foot afterwards. Je veux tes trucs sur Insta, c'est impressionnant. Merci beaucoup, Joey. Let's go. Et aujourd'hui, on travaille sur un projet que ça fait 7 semaines qu'on fait. C'est 7 guerriers et guerrières qui ont une anatomie un peu humaine, mais en même temps animale. On a tous une souris, on a pas un loup, on a Horn, que c'est un bélier, mountain ram en tout cas. Et maintenant, on s'attaque à une lionne. Et comme on peut voir, le scale est très petit. On va ajuster ça tout de suite. Oh, so we don't need that. Move. Why is my foot? Okay, let's put this over here. Let's reuse our scale and let's scale that up over here. There we go. Over here, we're just gonna adjust the leg a little bit. Let's pop our reference, we're gonna need it. Travaille dans ça, genre dans une compagnie où tu vas faire ça pour toi-même. En fait, je suis à mon compte depuis novembre environ. Et c'est ça, je fais ça à temps plein pour des projets qui vont être disponibles pour vous. Le but est de avoir un site web qui va avoir tous les projets qu'on travaille ensemble et finalement que ce soit disponible pour les personnes qui ont une imprimante 3D, comme ça ils peuvent les imprimer chez eux. Et peut-être dans le futur, on va produire même les prints et pouvoir les distribuer partout. C'est le goal. Pour up tes services partout, pour de vrai, tu fais ça vraiment bien. Merci beaucoup, merci beaucoup. Et oui, ben oui, déjà quelques clients. Je stream les vendredis, mais durant la semaine, je travaille soit sur mes projets ou des projets de clients. Mais j'apprécie les beaux mots. Alright, so I feel like her leg is too short. So let's adjust that real quick. I'm gonna send yeah, I'm gonna send that to Transpose Master. I'm just gonna mask this part and reverse it. And from here, I'm just gonna scale it. Just gonna move it up and then scale it down. Should be better. Yeah, before, after. From here we can go with symmetry. Oops. Just adjust a little bit the proportion. Oh, symmetry is off. It looks like our model is not centered at all. Oop. Here and weld. Nope. Okay. Yeah, we almost got it. All right. So over here, we can resume our symmetry. Create just a little bit, just a small torso and bigger hips. So the bottom needs to go a bit further, and now we can elongate the legs. Tu veux pas aussi designer des persos dans les jeux vidéo, films? Non, pas vraiment en fait. Euh, ma, ma spécialité, c'est... Accorde-moi un instant. Yeah. Yeah. Donc, c'est des figurines qui sont imprimées en 3D. Donc ici, ça c'est un projet qu'on a fait presque 2 mois déjà et qui va être disponible pour vous. Le Kickstarter s'en vient bientôt, très bientôt. Ça va être un jeu d'échecs thématique, désolé, thématique nain médiéval. Et ça, donc, le but c'est plus des pièces tangibles. J'aime plus le fait qu'on peut jouer avec littéralement mes créations. Ça peut être pour Donjons et Dragons, ça peut jouer comme un jeu de... Ben, dans ce cas-ci, c'est un jeu d'échecs. Donc, celle-ci, c'est la tour. Et celle-là ici, c'est le gros format du pion. Et c'est ça. Film et jeux vidéo, j'ai étudié dans ça, mais un peu moins intéressé. Moi, je fais des beaux détails et tout. Merci beaucoup. On fait attention. On veut sortir un beau produit. Beau produit pour vous. There you go. So here, just gonna increase a little bit of the hips wideness and the legs thickness. And looking at these reference, you can see that the rib cage is getting tighter over here. Let's go a bit similar, and we're gonna add some stuff. Don't worry. Shoulders are getting pretty good, and I think that's good. So from here, transform. There we go. Now all that we done has been modified, and now mirror and weld. We should have perfect symmetry. I'm gonna do that on all of them just to make sure that we are centered. It looks like she's leaned a bit too much forward. Let's adjust that real quick. So over here, I'm gonna grab this and just, without having the legs selected, just gonna do a quick rotation at the hips. Actually, you know what? Maybe just the torso. Not even the hips. The hips looks fine, I think. Let's see. That, we need the arms. Just gonna move it just a bit forward. There we go. Over here, let's move these ones a bit closer. Now I know she has that big bunda. It's gonna be covered up. So don't worry, it's not a adult toy. Huh? Thank you. Keep it PG over here. Alright, so that's that. Let's grab this. Let's just adjust the back a little bit. So a little bit more lats. It's having like a nice tapered waist. There we go, so that's good. Move these a bit lower. Like that. And now we can kind of modify a little bit our little spheres, just so it looks more like muscles and general form. Over here. So for the breast, we kind of need to add the volume over here. So we're gonna add a sphere. Add a sphere over here. Like that. Get them closer. Sorry, had a call. There we go, so that's that. Oh, just a little bit over here. Let's smooth that up. For the thoracic, not thoracic spine. The ribcage, sorry. Need to flat that out. Let's bring our scales back on. So I think we have, yep, the head is definitely too big. But we kind of need to see the bigger scale on that, so let's try to work a little bit on the head. All right, so we're gonna need some reference. You know what, let's try a different approach. I used to sculpt everything, but let's try to see if we can block the head. I know it's different style every time, but it's fun. So over here we're gonna need a little sphere. And you know what, our capsules are getting very much appreciated these days. Let's make one. Let's put it over here. Put another one You know what? I'm gonna go with 2 spheres. Yeah. I'll have the reference on my other screen. Or if you see me tilting my head, it's just me looking at the reference. Le jeu de Tech sortira quand? Officiellement, le Kickstarter devrait sortir dans peut-être une semaine. On essaye. Ah ben, en fait, la pré-vente va être disponible dans une semaine. Et ensuite, il y aura le Kickstarter, qui en soi va être une autre pré-vente. Et officiellement, après ça, il y aura le produit disponible. Donc, les pré-ventes vont avoir des plus gros rabais. Et en même temps, ça me permet à moi d'analyser le marché pour voir qu'est-ce qui est plus en demande et aussi si les prix ont de l'allure. So over here, we need to move this backwards. Something like that, and we're gonna add another sphere right in the middle. Ouais, ben il y aura le site officiel, mais sinon, le Kickstarter va permettre aussi du monde d'acheter littéralement les produits. Fait qu'il y aura plusieurs brackets, soit digital ou physique. Ceux physiques vont être limités, dû au fait que la production peut être un peu élevée de mon côté. Et aussi, je sais pas, la demande à quel point elle va être haute. Donc, c'est ça. Pour ce qui est de digital, ben, la demande, peu importe si elle est haute ou non, ben, les produits sont digital, il y a moins de travail de production, c'est déjà fini. Donc, ça va être disponible pour tout le monde qui veut en avoir. Et si jamais tu es intéressé vers une imprimante, il y a des links dans la description du chat. Et c'est avec Anycubic. Je fais affaire avec Anycubic pour des liens. Donc ça m'encourage et ça vous coûte rien si tu veux un printer. Il y a des rabais. Et si je me trompe pas, tu peux utiliser Arsenal 10 pour avoir un 5$ de rabais. Pas un 5$, un 5% de rabais sur ton achat. Et sinon, ben, il y en a plein déjà qui sont en vente. Donc, tu peux utiliser les liens et ça encourage le site. There you go. So that's going like that. I feel this needs... It's the first time I'm doing this with like adding primitive and modifying them, and I think it's working pretty well. So for those who came onto the channel and saw a little bit of French, let me just do a quick recap in English. So Joey over here is very interested in the dwarf chessboard project that we did before going with the 7 warriors, and the Kickstarter is starting very, very soon. Probably in about a week or week and a half maybe, depending on how things goes into the pre-production, and you're gonna have brackets for physical brackets, physical pledge rewards, and you're gonna have digital pledge rewards. The digital are unlimited. You're gonna have like big discounts that are limited, but the digital, um, the rest of it will be accessible for everybody. So if you want to pledge a normal pledge, you have access before everybody else on the digital um, rewards. And if you want to pledge for physical rewards, well, that's going to be done in production and it's going to be shipped right to you afterwards. And yeah, and if you're interested in having the digital file but you don't have a printer, go into this description. There's an affiliate link. It helps the channel and it doesn't cost you more. It just helps me, and you can get your printer right away. Going with Anycubic, and I'm thinking even buying a Anycubic Mono 7, which is a bigger printer than the one that I have, to help do the production for the Kickstarter. So if you're interested in those printers, go into the description and you can help the channel in the same time, and it doesn't cost you one bit more. Thanks. So over here, I feel like the head is just a bit too long. The neck's too long. Just go like this, this. All right, let's create some ears. So over here, I think a sphere should do fine. On this side, let's go over here. Doing that. Rotate this. We're gonna rotate this side and this side. It really is on the side over here, so just like that. I'm gonna scale them up just a bit, and from here. Let's smooth them out. We're just gonna curve them a little bit upwards. And we're gonna use backface mask, and that way I can drag them without affecting the other side. And we can have that cone shape happening. Put it back on, back off, and just reshape a little bit the ears. I think they're just a bit too forward. There we go. And just a bit too big. Go. Now we have the ears. We can adjust the face just a little bit more. I think we need a little bit more of a jawline, even though it's a female character. But it'll show that she's strong. There you go. little bit more cheeks. Like that. We want her to be elegant and strong at the same time. Okay, it's already looking quite nice. Obviously, it is inevitable that we're gonna have to sculpt afterwards, but I really like how all of this is going right now. Let's add some details on the neck. Okay, so this can go inside. All right. Looking good, looking good. And let's add the eyes. Eyes are gonna be a bit like that. Mirror and weld, and from here, what I'm gonna do is duplicate them. I'm gonna do a trick that I used to do. Cut them like this. And then you just inflate them just a bit. Actually, you can just scale them up. Like that. And do the same on top. Just a bit more. That's good. And now scale them up. And there you go. Eyelids. Let's put them a little bit angry. We're gonna adjust everything afterwards. Over here. Oh, they're a bit too far apart. There we go. So I want these, and this. Oops. There you go. That's better. All right. Now again, this is just the blocking, so do not worry. We're gonna add some shapes. We're gonna sculpt. We're gonna make her badass and pretty. You know, a little bit of like this part needs to be a bit more inside. That. There you go. That's good. Now for the rest of the body, we'll do some adjustment also. From here, let's give her a little bit more chaps. She is a warrior after all. We can bring some shoulder up. Definitely the arms are something to adjust. Just tweaking a little bit the shapes. I think we're gonna go with our trusty capsule. Gonna define a little bit more of the muscle. Now, at first she's gonna feel like jacked up like hell, but then we're gonna tone it down just a bit. Here we go. So here we're gonna dig a little bit for the traps, and I'm actually gonna add the same capsule. And try to make a clavicle out of it. And this will help for the neck also. There you go. That's good. Now here, for the shoulders, we need to separate them a little bit so that the clavicle can adjust right over here. You can feel your clavicle all the way to your traps norm. That doesn't mean if you don't feel it, go see a doctor, but it's a ballpark. All right, so over here, let's dig a little bit and put another capsule. Let's scale it up a little bit. This capsule is a bit too flat because it doesn't have subdivision over here. Let's add one over here and then we can pop it out. See? Fast and easy. Now over here we have the armpits. Let's just move topological and shove that in there. And for the torso, we're gonna do the same over here. And we're gonna work that afterwards. And bring those delts a little bit backwards. And this part we're gonna shove it inside. And you guessed it, let's add another capsule. Boop. Yeah, here we go. That's good. Now we have a little bit more defined shoulder. You know what, let's add another loop over here. So it gives more of a rounder shoulder. I want her to have quite big shoulders, and for that the traps needs to go a bit bigger. Otherwise it just feels like, you see over here, like it's just a half moon type thing. Because their traps are not connected to the back. Here we go. That's better. Just maybe just a tad smaller. There you go. Let's grab the move topological in the front delt. Just gonna move it slightly, taper it just slightly. And already she looks stronger than before. All right. So from here, we're gonna go with the bicep. some reason, every time you have the local symmetry on and you want to do an IMM brush, so a brush that inserts a geometry, if you don't have it on, when you localize, it keeps the rotation, the scale, and everything. But you know, when I want to scale it up, it scales both of them. So then I have to put back the local symmetry on, and then I can scale from where the muscle is, right? Where the geometry is. I feel like it's I don't think it's a bug, but I feel like it could be optimized. I am using 2023 version, so if it is optimized in the newer version, it's made a problem, right? Alright, so as we know, the bicep is attached just underneath over here. Over here, the bicep needs to go just a bit over here. And we're gonna please a local subscriber over here, Soma. We're saving. So over here, Patreon. Save, let's go. Claw. Over here, we're gonna go claw. Block out. I just realized I'm looking at my screen that when I work over here, you guys can't see jack shit because my head is there. Alright, so that's that over here. So over here, let's go over here. A little tedious to go back and redo your arm, but at least you have a nice foundation and you can right away see your issues. So over here, I feel like the bicep is way too long. So I'm just gonna shorten up quite a bit. And here, I'm just gonna move everything together. And this tells me that the forearm are getting shorter, needs to get shorter. Here, what we're gonna do is go with dam standard, and I'm just gonna carve in this part. And the fact that we're going with isolated body parts, we can go underneath without any problem, any issue. And we can pop back where we were. Now over here, we're gonna use our little button, this one over here, for our elbow. See, I had local symmetry on, and now if I snap on it, it doesn't keep the rotation. So if I remove it, put this, now it's snap on it. Then I have to put back local symmetry because I just want to scale on it. It doesn't matter. It's not too bad. You're just whining for no reason. Here we go. So that's our little elbow. And from here, we're gonna do our tricep. So tricep, I think it's better for a sphere. We're gonna go over here and use this. Use the move tool. Right over here. We saving. And over here we're gonna add another capsule. Remove the symmetry. Pop it into the place. There we go. Already a more defined muscle arm. And now we need our forearms. Just gonna pop these ones over here. Just gonna go like this. And a bit like we did with the ram, I'm just gonna temporarily put a hand. Actually, you know what? Put that. Is that the one? Oh, it's female arm. Oh, that's better. Oh, but it's ugly as hell. I think it's better for the spread. Yeah, it's gonna be better this one for the spread, but we're gonna refine it a little bit more. Okay, so this one I want to split. I want only this. Here and well. And we're gonna put them where they need to be. Just gonna put my cursor on this subtool, trying to align it right up here, and then remove the mask. Now I can place them where I want. I feel like they're a bit too long. Sorry, I'm a bit focused. I think that's good. I think that's good. Let's adjust the forearm. Just the wrist that's a bit too wide. Here we go. Alright, let's start with redefining the forearm. So over here we have our capsule. Which is attached to the brachialis right over here. And this one goes right around here. Let's put some edge loops. Oh, am I still? Wait. Am I adding edge loops or not? There you go. 1, 2, and 3. It's gonna allow me to move these parts. There we go. I don't think we're gonna be able to do all the refinement in this episode. But already we are having quite a strong character already. Going back over here, let's remove some material. Now you have that bone that you can feel right way to your pinky. We're gonna do that. Just gonna cave in over here. And gonna put that right around here, just a bit more inside. And that is gonna be our bony part. Come on, man. Come on. There we go. Build it just a bit bigger. Just a natural curve. And from here, can cave in this one over here. Now we need the brachialis to show, because otherwise it's just weird. Let's remove this. There we go. And lastly, the other part over here. Let's isolate. Here we go. Yep. And bring that over here. This one goes just a bit higher over here. And that's the one that when you turn over here, pops the big bubble. There we go. Now we're gonna dynamesh this and just refine the shape, but it's nice to see all the muscle laying down over here. It's a nice foundation for the sculpt afterwards. So she's looking strong. I think we can grow her arms just a bit. Yeah. Just gonna bring that. You know what? Let's do that all over again. Just gonna bring this over here. Wider shoulders and there we go. And I think we can scale the hands also. Scale that. Yep. She's gonna look strong. She's gonna look strong. There we go. For the legs, just gonna pop them a bit. Just gonna have strong legs. Very strong legs. Here we go. So over here on the torso, we can just slightly move the pectoral. And what I'm gonna do over here is just put myself a little line for the abdominal. Gonna help me. And just one more for the abdominal region right here. Something like that. And I think we're gonna merge the torso and the hips together. Yep. So that goes merged down. Yes, sir. And now we can carve on both together. From here, I'm tempted to add some capsules over here. Just want to carve in this part before and I think from her back, Looks a bit too broad. Yeah, think if we move that a bit closer, it's better. Yep, les glutes is on point. Yes, Mike Legrand. Thank you for coming to the stream. The glutes are there, my friend. What am I supposed to? Yeah, I wanted this. Want just the arms. Make sure that nothing else is moved. Just gonna move that over here and rotate that. There we go. From here, I'm gonna save. There we go. So that's over here, and that we're just gonna move them slightly inward. Aha. She works out, right? All right, so that's that. Like it's looking good so far. Let's compare with our other characters. Yeah, she's gonna be strong. She's gonna be strong. I feel like her torso is a bit too small. Alright, that's good. I think it fits well with the other characters, so let's hide them out. And from there, let's go with the legs. Let's redefine them a little bit. Going back with our little button for the knee. Like that. And from here, I'm just gonna carve in the muscles. So over here, and you have that. These ones over here. Now for the legs, we're just gonna carve that. We're just gonna move them actually. Just getting a general idea of where I'm gonna put the muscles. Now this is again more anatomy and knowledge. Not so much relying on our reference that we had over here. But it is useful to double check maybe like the quads over here. Yeah. So take a little. Let's go back in. All right, so I'm just gonna put them ties a bit stronger like that. And from here, if we based ourselves on our other reference, this one over here for, oops, this one over here for the legs. So we have the quads defined over here, and then you have like that first, the calves over here, and then you have the ankles. If we look at it, the line over here, it's pretty skinny over here and nothing happening. So this is where our artist creative thinking goes into play. So since we doesn't have so much muscle over here, we can do whatever the hell we want, bro. So this one I'm actually gonna sculpt it instead. Feel like I'm gonna have more more control on it. You know what? No, forget it. Let's keep the style that we had on for this one too. So over here, I'm just gonna grab this. Probably gonna use more sphere than capsules. And they're just gonna sit on top of our foundation. Like that. And add another one. I am quite a bit focused right now, so I'm sorry for not talking too much. But I hope you like the stream so far. Let's go over here. Just gonna add another one right over here. We have you have a little hole that you can fill your hips right around your legs. So I'm just gonna put that right here. Oops, sorry. And then from here, we'll add another one right over here. Now we gotta be careful that they don't touch each other, otherwise they will weld together. Yo, love. Your love, what? Here we go. That goes over here. Now let's isolate them. You know what I can do actually? I'm gonna remove one leg. Just focus on that one. Oh, we no need to do all the muscles. Just a few, so we can understand the shape of the leg. See, like that. We have the damn it, I forgot. Hamstrings. There we go. It goes over here. Those hammies. You know what? I'm just gonna duplicate this one. There we go. Right. So from here we can kind of tweak everything over here. All right. That's good. That's the knee, and now we just need to work on the so-called calves. So over here, let's add a sphere. Put it into place, and this one goes just a bit here. Alright, so now this one I want a local symmetry dynamic and mirror it. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Never mind. Go back to our roots. Let's add another sphere and go from there. Now, lions, they have yeah, they have that little tendon that's almost just skin. I'm gonna do the same over here. So over here, I'm just gonna grab this, make it a pointy. And with, you know what, with the clay buildup, I'm just gonna carve in over here. Just gonna cave in, smooth it up. And that way we have that kind of tendon thing happening. On it, obviously it's a blocking right now, so we don't see full details of it, but at least we know it's there. Now here I'm just gonna move this over here to have that nice curve. Right here, and then we have that calf action, second calf. I think this one we need to sculpt it because it's pretty much freestyle from here. As you can see over here, yeah, there's nothing like small muscles going straight, so it's not that complicated to do. It just needs like lines like this. But to make it interesting, you can go with curves. They go smaller at this point over here, and they go larger by the foot. And then afterwards also, you can make some curve right over here. I'm not going to do the foot right now because it's close to the end of the stream, but we have a nice blocking going on. And now if we mirror and weld, yeah, she's looking strong AF. Select the eyes and let's do a turntable real quick. Yeah, she's gonna look badass, folks. Oh, whew. And with that, will come the end of the stream. I hope you enjoyed this character so far. I know I am. And we're gonna have great fun doing the armor. And speaking of which, this is not the final armor of our horn. It's pretty much the first layer of our work. But we're gonna have fun making armors for all our characters. Speaking of which, let's put everything together. Oh yeah, it's gonna look nice. And with this kind of pose over here, we can even add maybe tooth on her back, doing another pose. Very nice, but we're taking maybe going ahead of ourselves because we need to print all of the pieces together. So probably not, but it's a nice pose to have and to think ahead for her. And it's gonna look badass. So we have our tank, we have our, you can call it our DPS martial art expert, and we have our barbarian, like berserker, gladiator, and then we have our knight / assassin fencer over here. All we need is our samurai, the fox, our little it's called the elk. He's gonna be tall, this one, so I want even taller than Claw, and Stomp, which is another tank / barbarian, who's gonna be probably the same height of the elk, but just massive. And on that note, I will see you next week. Thank you everyone for coming to the stream. I appreciate you. Everybody who comes in week after week, and the newcomers, welcome to the stream. And I don't know if you noticed, but we added the Facebook right here, so please follow me on all the socials. I post regularly the updates on the project that we're going on, and keep in mind that the Kickstarter is coming, so subscribe. I'm gonna see you next week. Have a great weekend. Peace.